Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steve Kerr calls out Brandon Podziemski after Warriors loss to Nuggets. Golden State Warriors head coach Steve Kerr was not happy with Brandon Podziemski's play in their 119-115 loss to the Denver Nuggets at Ball Arena on Tuesday night. In his press conference, Kerr called out Podziemski, making it clear that the guard needs to be better at decision-making going forward. Pods is a hell of a player, but he needs to, and I've told him this, he needs to be a smart player, Kerr said. He's one of our guys who's capable of making really good decisions. He had a lob when we were up 12 in the late second quarter that was frankly insane. It's a 5-on-4, Kerr stated. You just keep hitting singles, throw the ball to the open guy. He had the same play last week against Brooklyn where he tried to throw a lob over his shoulder. He cannot be that guy. And he can't foul jump shooters. I love Brandon, he's a hell of a player, Kerr continued. He's got a hell of a future ahead of him, but I hope he watches this clip right now of me talking, because he needs to hear it. He's got to be a smart, tough, great decision maker, and he's very capable of it. But that's his next step. It's not often that you see Kerr go off on one of his players in this fashion, which lets you know just how frustrated he was with Podziemski. The second-year guard did indeed make one too many bad decisions in this one. That lob in the second quarter, which Kerr referred to, was certainly ill-advised. It led to a turnover, and what should have been 2 easy points for the Warriors ended up being 2 easy ones for the Nuggets. Podziemski also fouled Michael Porter Jr. twice on 3-point attempts in this game. After the first instance in the third quarter, Kerr was seen conversing with the 21-year-old on the sidelines, and it certainly didn't seem pleasant. Podziemski was asked about that exchange after the game in his press conference. It was more so he was getting on me to do my job, know what I'm supposed to be doing out there, Podziemski said. And he's like, if you can't do your job, I'm going to pull you out. He just got on me a little bit, which I'm all for. I'm trying to get better. He knows he can get on me, and I'm not going to respond emotionally. I'm just going to go out there and hoop. Podziemski also admitted he played poorly against the Nuggets, especially on the defensive end. He finished with 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals in the contest as the Warriors dropped to 12-8 on the season. It was their 5th straight loss, and they're floundering after that hot start. It will be interesting to see if Kerr makes any changes to the lineup or rotation to turn things around. Nikola Jokic fakes out Stephen Curry with simple move and drills clutch shot against Warriors. Stephen Curry has made a fool out of defenders countless times over the years, but it was his turn to get fooled on Tuesday when the Golden State Warriors took on the Denver Nuggets at Ball Arena in an NBA Cup game. In the fourth quarter, Curry ended up having to guard Nikola Jokic on one play and got faked out by a simple move. I don't think Jokic even intended to fake out Curry there. He was looking to pass the ball but realized there was no good option and instead held on to it. Curry, meanwhile, thought Jokic did pass and was looking to switch off him quickly. Unfortunately for him, that meant the Serbian got a wide-open shot and he made no mistake. Jokic was simply spectacular in that fourth quarter. The 29-year-old scored 15 points in the period on 6-7 shooting from the field, with this shot being his last attempt of the night. Jokic also managed to block Jonathan Kuminga's shot a couple of plays later and then hit both of his free throws to all but end the game. It was a masterclass in clutch play from the 3-time MVP, who finished with 38 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals, and a block against the Warriors. Jokic has now scored 47 points in the clutch in 2024-25, which ranks 3rd in the league. He has come up big time and time again in the big moments, and his heroics here helped the Nuggets improve to 11-8 on the season. As for Curry, he was good but not great down the stretch against the Nuggets. The 36-year-old scored 7 points in the fourth quarter but missed a couple of three-pointers that would have put the Warriors in a commanding position. Curry ended the night with a pretty good stat line of 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 11 assists. He was a bit inefficient, though, shooting 8-23 from the field and 4-15 from beyond the arc as the Warriors dropped to 12-8. They have now lost 5 in a row and have lost their last 8 games against the Nuggets. Despite the loss, the Warriors advanced to the knockout stage of the NBA Cup as winners of West Group C. They had already locked up the top spot by winning their first 3 games and will take on the Houston Rockets in the quarterfinals on December 15. The Nuggets could have joined the Warriors in the knockout stage with a win here, but they needed a lot of other results to go their way. That didn't happen, however, which meant they were knocked out in the group stage for the second year in a row. I'm sure the Nuggets aren't losing too much sleep over that, though. They'll now turn their attention toward a blockbuster clash against the Cleveland Cavaliers at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. As for the Warriors, they'll take on the Rockets next at Chase Center on Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time in a preview of that cup clash. Warriors acquire former All-Star center in proposed trade idea. The Golden State Warriors are hoping to compete for a championship in the 2024-25 season after getting off to a hot start this season. Amidst rising injury concerns and a rotational production reduction, the franchise has lost their last 4 games in a row and fallen from the number 1 seed in the West to number 4. They're a competitive unit but need to make slight adjustments to their roster to unlock their potential. One glaring hole has been the team's production from the center spot. Tracy Jackson-Davis has proven to be inconsistent as a starter, while Draymond Green can't carry the load of playing that position for an entire season at 6 feet 5 inches given his importance to the team. A trade to acquire a productive big man who can produce offensively and be a major rebounding presence seems inevitable for the Warriors. The Chicago Bulls are reportedly listening to offers for Nikola Vucevic, and his worth is expected to be 2 second-round picks. This is an offer the Warriors should be all over given their issues at center and the fact that the franchise needs more winning offensive players who have consistent roles. The Warriors have the makeup of a playoff team this season, with improved depth around Stephen Curry after missing the postseason last year. But making the playoffs isn't going to be enough when they have a generational talent like Curry in their prime. The team has been unwilling to trade away their young stars or major future assets for short-term gains, so a move like this for Vucevic would make a lot of sense. Vucevic is averaging 20.9 points and 10.0 rebounds this season, proving to be an impactful center in the NBA for the surprisingly competitive Bulls. However, Chicago isn't going to break their cycle of mediocrity with another play-in appearance and low lottery pick, so Vucevic should be unleashed on a winning franchise. The team is reportedly looking to trade him and Zach LaVine away, so this deal makes sense for the Warriors to capitalize on. Vucevic is an active offensive presence who is a double-double threat on a nightly basis. He has intelligent on-ball skills to make plays out of the post and would be a great complement to Curry with his screening ability and floor spacing, shooting 46.9% from 3 on 4.4 attempts per game. While there are elements of the Warriors' offensive that might be incompatible with a player like Vucevic, he would be a massive talent improvement on the franchise for a very cheap price. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Nikola Vucevic? Leave your opinion in the comments.